What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java Season 2. I completely forgot how to do these intros. Is it just Surviving Java? I was going to go with Surviving Java. So we're going to be picking up from last episode where we went and gathered the power garden stuff. We got the farms up top now, and actually, since that it's night time, I could probably show you how it's all. Oh, I don't think I'm going to manage to get up there with just this amount of fireworks. So hopefully it's time 20 to 12, so we should be able to get there in time for you to see. Let's pick you up, throw you into there. So it is pretty much just directly up at the top of this scaffolding, which I need to remember to actually take down, because we were getting them spawning up there. Here they are. Yeah, see, they keep on spawning there. So you get a bunch of them sort of spawning, and then we can get them to all sort of gather up, and then we can swing. And we have got hearts on all the other side now. So that is now all filled, which means we are being able to get the resin relatively easily. So this is what I've been doing in order to get the resin, although we're not going to be using the resin blocks for a build anytime soon, because I can't think of a reason to get them. This obviously isn't an outstanding farm, it's just a very, very quick and simple farm, which I made a mistake of last time, thinking that I could do it. Ow, stop hitting me. Yeah. I was able to do it with inside my base. I didn't realise that I was able to spawn in light. I thought they had to spawn in darkness like other hostile mobs, but yeah, I was very wrong, so I had to move it all the way up here. But we're going to be picking up from where we left off just before Christmas, and that is... Hello. The project that we had picked was... I forgot the actual name of it. It's got something to do with the Wild West area, our sort of cowboy type area. It is the horse racing course and breeding stables is what we was working on. So what we're going to do is head on over to our western area, which is down a whole bunch of different tunnels. Also, I'm still tinkering with my audio settings. I've got a new headset, so working out how loud I need it in the headset for me to hear clearly, and working out the sort of range of it for the recording. So I have to have the volume a lot higher for me to be able to hear on my headset, but it means I have to then tweak my OBS settings to diminish the game sound so it's not too loud. And if you saw, I had to make a cut in the last episode of cutting out the flower farm just because it was so freaking loud. I mean, like, definitely loud. I think there's still just a very small segment of it I left in, but yeah, so I had to cut it out because you couldn't hear me talking in like at all. With the flower farm running, it was that freaking loud. To quickly sleep the night away. I do remember vaguely getting some stuff like equipment or stuff. Like, we've got a bunch of materials here already, but I'm fairly sure I put some up there because I came over here with Sai, and she actually helped me mine a bunch of trees before Christmas. That was when I was planning on doing the project. So where are you? Here. So we've got a whole bunch of different materials up here, because we want to do the race course going around this area up here, and I've got a Lightmatica schematic set up, which is, I'm surprised I still set up. That is a redstone timer that I actually want to build, so I've got all of the redstone bits and pieces in order to make that timer. So that way we're able to time ourselves going around the course to see if we can actually do it in the quickest time possible. So what I'm going to do is first of all throw these shulkers down here. You can stay there. And what do you think? Oh, freaking armadillos. I still hate them. Should I just like lay out blocks to see where I actually want the course first of all? And then after I've done that, I can determine what do I want to use as like a placeholder. Let's just go some oak planks. So we want it reasonably sized. So say come in here. I may have to flatten out and level some areas. So there, coming up to here, and up around here. Don't want to be going too far down the hill, so we could do it curving in here around the top, because we also want it to have a big enough area in the middle for us to do the stables. So coming around to here, we also want it to go as close to this side as we can get in order to do the timer, because this is where we're going to be starting and stopping. So come around here, say around here, down here, around near the timer. Which should be bringing us back roughly. I see you. Back to roughly where we started. Where did we start? Over there. Bring it around to here. I think that's a reasonably sized course, wouldn't you say? Yeah, so it sort of comes around here, goes there, wraps around. It's just like a big circular course, and then in the course as well we're going to be doing like sort of jumps and obstacles. Depending on how easy or how hard the course is, I may adjust it otherwise to make it more difficult, like different sort of obstacles to get through, just to make it fun, and then we can sort of work on the stables in the middle. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bother doing a time-lapse footage sort of cut of it, but I'm going to go ahead and build the redstone clock that's going to be dug into that mountain over there. And once I've got that functioning, because I do have to tinker with it a bit and I have to make a activator, deactivator, and then a reset switch for it, just to make sure that I'm timing myself correctly. And it was a very, very sort of rough mock-up of one that I done in a redstone test world that I got working. And yes, but it requires quite a lot of redstone to get it to function the way that I want it to function. And so I will meet you after I've got that in place, and then we can start working on the actual course. I may go round as well and pathway block the entire course going round, and then use maybe... Actually, I don't really need to use half slabs, do I? Because horses just run up the single block. So yeah, I may just do pathway blocks just so we get rid of them wood planks and we can actually see what the course is going to look like the thickness of it, and then we can start putting in different ramps and jumps. I also don't think I've got enough wood here to do a full fence going all the way around it, so we'll see what we manage to get by with doing that. So I'll meet you after I've got this redstone thing in and I've done the pathway of the actual track itself, so catch you back in a sec. Alright, so good while, this is actually the following day. It took me a lot longer to get this working than I thought it was going to do. And it's annoying because I did originally have my concept, but I kept on running into an issue that with the timer, my timer kept on going to 99 before ticking over. And obviously it's not 99 seconds per minute. So I had to make some adjustments. I found a couple of different sort of redstone tutorials on counters in order to implement it. And the redstone is pretty compact. Like, I had an issue with the counter on this right hand side. I was just duplicating the original 7 segment display that I had here for this one. But obviously the counter was going up to the wrong amount. So yeah, I was getting 99 instead of 59 and then ticking over. But I managed to find one that had the right counters, and you've got a whole bunch of different barrels filled with different amount of water, water bottles and whatnot, so I can actually show you it working. let's go grab a horse. Now, I also went around and done the sort of course. So it's not a very big course. It doesn't take very long to get around as it is. I think it's around about 36 seconds that you're able to get around it. But obviously that will be increased quite dramatically when we start doing jumps along the track. But the only issue is that this horse I've got is absolutely garbage at jumping. So I'm going to have to go out and find another one. So if we hover over this, we've got jump 2.44, speed 11.22. And I've linked it up, so we've got two different sets of pressure plates. The first one will actually start the counter. The second one will stop the counter. So if we go over this, and then just quickly run around the course so you can see roughly how long it's going to take. I'm still in two minds whether or not to put a fence going around the entire thing, or have it open and just do the jumps like in the open area. But yeah, I'm not too sure. If I put a fence around it, the fence will be on the outer edges, so it's not too bad. I may have to fill in some of the ground around the outer edges. So as you can see, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, over here 35, and then 36. So it's 36 every single time with this horse, obviously, because it's going to be the same speed. Once we start breeding horses that get a lot better speed and better jump, then our time will probably increase. But this will actually stop and start it. So if we go back over, it'll actually start it again. And this will count all the way up to 1 minute, then it will tick over onto this side. So if we just go and put the horse over here, otherwise you can just carry on setting it off. These are linked up to just a single tick pulse in order to push the redstone block back and forward to activate the first counter, which controls the entire thing basically. So when the first counter is going off, it will then control the items that go in here in order to change the actual number. And then once it reaches a certain amount, so 9 in this case, it will then tick over to be 1 over here. And then when this one reaches 5, it will then tick over to here. When this reaches 5, it will then tick over to here. No, 9, and then it will tick over to here. So these two are different, but they're their complete same replica as these two. Because obviously the seconds and minutes are the same sort of counters. One's just like basically controlling the other, so it's not too bad. Like the first one was the hardest one, and then it's pretty much just duplicating it for the second one and linking it up with a little bit of redstone to actually transfer the count, which is this thing here. But yeah, that is the sort of course aspect done. What I will be doing is now having a bit of a cut while I put in some, actually before I do that, the sort of jumps that I'm thinking is like 2 or 3 highs of leaves, because obviously I'm going with spruce leaves just because the other leaves just look like trash in this biome. So we say go too high. Can you make too high? You can, but how difficult is it going to be to jump? It's not too bad actually. It slows you down a bit, but not like impossible amounts. I think we're going to need a better horse to do the 3 high jumps though. Oh, that wasn't even close. And trying to get in there. There we go. So yeah, definitely not a good enough horse for the 3 high. So I think we're going to go 2 high. And then on the other side, we're going to be replacing this with sand. Because that's usually how it is on race courses. So if we go over to our jump, and then we have it come down, and what we can do is have the sand pit, but have the drop be 3 down. So if we do something like so. And then I also need to work on a sort of stable area in the centre in order for housing and then sort of breeding up the horses. Dude, where's the... Building on a horse is not the easiest thing, just in case you was wondering. I think we're probably going to want that 3, aren't we? Just so it looks a little bit better. to that, which is awesome. So when we come up to here, oh wow, so yeah, if you've got a decent horse, obviously that's not going to be an issue. Then you drop down, land on the sand, carry on going. So we're going to be implementing like a whole bunch of these sort of hurdles and jumps, and what I will try to do is just see what it will look like with a fence going around. And if we don't like the fence, then I can just rip the fence down. But yeah, let me finish the race course. Once I finish the race course, then I'll bring you back, because there's going to be a lot of tinkering around. And you go there for a second. Catch you back in a sec. Alright, so a good while later, I've had Clowd over here helping me out quite a bit. Running the fencing, going all the way around. He's also doing the terraforming around our clock at the front there. And then he also helped me build it every single time. Whenever he knows I'm recording, he does something stupid and freaking loud. He also helped me build the little stables and then our breeding paddocks, because we're going to have to go out and capture a whole bunch more horses, breed them up to get some decent jumpers. There's still a bunch more of like obstacles that I'd like to put in the way, because still we're able to get around the track within around about a minute, depending how good you do at the jumps. But if we're able to get a horse with just slightly better jumping, then I can raise these hedges to 3. And then it means that you'll have to get the sweet spot right at the top in order to actually make it over the jumps. I'm also thinking of doing like other obstacles that will slow you down. So like a checkered pattern of say like cactus around here sort of thing. So that way you'd have to slow down and sort of weave in and out before doing the jump. But that's something that we can sort of venture into. Well, I'll probably do that off camera while I'm messing around with the horses. But what we can do is I can actually show you the course. Give it another quick run through before we end off today's episode. So, start off in here, make sure our clock's on 00. We've got access, let's go through to there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And that is definitely not what I wanted to happen. So go back over it to stop the clock. Clowd forgot that there's sticky pistons there, it's fine. It doesn't affect it. Okay. So we're able to actually get through and get to the reset switch, which is over there. I'm thinking about linking up a button just closer so we don't actually have to go over there, but that's fine. So 00, and let's just see how well we do. And already messed it on the first jump. God damn it. This horse isn't the greatest jumper anyway. Like, you don't really have to, you just get near the top and you'll be fine. Then we've got the soul sand that we need to bob and weave into. Hop. And then we've got a couple of water traps. That's just, oh god damn it. That is just below or after the jumps that you can get stuck in. So I may have to actually extend them just to make it a little bit more dangerous. Like that one that we went over there was in no danger of falling into. The berry bushes are the thing that seems to mess me up most. Yeah. So if you do get stuck on that, it does actually cost you a second or two. But yeah, as you can see, we're still getting round in 49 seconds. So a lot more sort of obstacles that we need to throw in the way, I'd say. But as for like a first sort of course thing, without making it too ridiculously long, and we can actually do it as like a lap thing. So if you're like racing against someone and you're not using a timer, the timer is sort of just to gauge how quickly you can actually do the small course in. But otherwise, I'm quite happy with the way that it's come out. We've got like a little horse race course, and now we've got an area to breed up the horses. And it's near our sort of Wild West area, which I'm going to do a pathway going down this mountainside. And I've also got to put a build over our moss farm over there on the right hand side as well. But I've already designed that build luckily, and it's a very simplest build, so that won't actually take me long. I'm going to do that in between episodes. But that's going to be it for this area. So what we can actually do is go back to base and sort of spin the board to see what our next project is. I was thinking about just leaving it to the beginning of the next episode, but yeah, I'm going to head over there now and I'll meet you back at base. Alright, home sweet home, and we are over by the board. So let's spin this. So what is it? Is it up the stairs or along the corridor? It's along the corridor and up the stairs, so it's that way and then this way. Oh my god, we've got so many dogs here as well. So we're just going to leave this spin and see where it lands. And then spin it again to see what our next project is. Now our board's primarily filled with the Witch Hut project ones at the moment, which is sort of overpowering the board more than anything else. So we may end up doing that, but if we do end up doing that, it's probably going to be like a 3 or 4 episode long project because it is quite intensive. And I've got a couple of ideas sort of mocked up for it, but I don't know how exactly I want to do it. But yeah, we'll see where it lands on and whether or not we're going to get buggered by it. I also need to put the Creaking mob as one of the Zoo Project ones as well. Need to throw him into the mix. Was there anything else that was added in the last update, like mob-wise? I don't think there was. I think it was literally just the Creeping and the Pale Garden. And the one before that was the, what was it, Bundles of Bravery. But yeah, let's see where this lands, because this could take like 5 seconds or another 5 minutes. We have no idea. And we are on 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3 chances of it being a Witch Hut project. Yeah, 3 chances. Also got a cherry wood one, copper. You know what? None of these are like overly easy projects. Okay, we're on 8. Oh, 8 is just a modifier. What are you? With pet parrot. Great. So we have to do the entire next episode with a freaking pet parrot. Okay, spin again. Fantastic. That's not going to be fun. I'm not cheating. I'm not. Have to do next episode with a pet parrot. Great. But yeah, let's see where this one goes. We're on 4. So somewhere along this line, we've got no chances of a Witch Hut project. So the top one I wouldn't mind doing. Fungus Farm I don't really want to do. Item Display Map Project, that is really time consuming, so I don't really want to do that. Spitter Farm would be fun. Long Distance Ender Porters would be fun. A Flower Farm wouldn't be too bad. Never would. No, I really don't want to do that. And then the top one is like a water, like fast travel system. So yeah, we'll see what it lands on. Please don't be another modifier. I don't want to have to do 2 modifiers. Because there's 2 different modifiers on this freaking string. Yeah, there's a few of them that I don't actually mind doing. But then there is quite a few that I'd absolutely hate to have to do. Like the Nether Tree Farm is not something that I want to do. Mainly because of their growing patterns. But yeah, let's see where it lands. And we're on 7. Great, freaking Nether Wood Tree Farm. Oh, that sucks so hard. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one. But on the bright side, we don't have to wear leather armor anymore, which we do for the western area. But we are going to have to do a Nether Tree Farm with a parrot. God damn it. Yay. What I always wanted. Okay, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed the sort of horse area. I'm sort of going to carry on tinkering with that area in between episodes because it's a fun little project and I loved working with the horses in Minecraft, especially when it comes to like breeding them and increasing the speed. But hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Say wave goodbye, Cloud. Hey, goodbye, Cloud. See you next time.